Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. So I start my semester tomorrow, and today I just want to give a little introduction of all the books that I plan to read within the next 16 weeks. And these are books for leisure and not educational books. Those are going to be in a different mix that I'm not going to include because I have to read those. I don't have a choice over them, but these are the books that I'll be reading for fun. And the majority of my books fall within like fantasy romance, or just romance. Like those are the only genres I really enjoy reading. And so the first book that I have is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. And let me read you a little bit of the synopsis. Theodosia was 6 when her country was invaded, and her mother, the Fire Queen, was murdered before her eyes. On that day, the Kaiser took Theodosia's family, her land, and her name. Theo was crowned Ash Princess, a title of shame to wear in her new life as a prisoner. And I don't know too much about it because I don't want to spoil myself, but I do know that she basically seeks revenge for what they did to her family. And then this one is a very popular book. It's Caraval. Many people have raved about it and talked about it, so I wanted to give it a shot. And let's see, it says, Scarlet Dragna has never left the tiny island where she and her sister Tella live with their powerful and cruel father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Caraval, the far away once a year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. So yeah, I think this one is gonna be a winter read for me, I think. And then I have Serpent and Dove. This book has been on my TBR for a long time. I just haven't had the opportunity to actually sit down and read it, or if I do have the time to read it, I only get in like one chapter in, but yeah. And then the Midnight Library. I actually got this book at the bins for like $3, and it was brand new and completely wrapped. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's Between Life and Death, there is a library. Up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she has let everyone down, including herself. But things are about to change when she finds herself in the Midnight Library. She has a chance to make things right. And I think this book is really going to kind of change my perspective on my life and the choices that I make from what I've heard about it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. And then The Song of Achilles. This is a historical fiction about Greek gods. Let's see. Achilles, the best of all the Greeks, son of the cruel sea goddess Thetis and the legendary king Peleus, is strong, swift, and beautiful, irresistible to all who meet him. Patroclus is an awkward young prince, exiled from his homeland after an act of shocking violence. Brought together by chance, they forge an inseparable bond, despite risking the gods' wrath. So, yes. And this one has been a long TBR, I think like at least 4 years now. This was really popular, so I'm excited to read this one. And then, in light of It Ends With Us coming out in theaters, by the way, I watched that with my friends and it was actually really good. At first I didn't have very high expectations for it because like it had Blake Lively and all like the mainstream, you know, actors and actresses, and I was like, oh, they're gonna just ruin this. But it was actually really good, and cinematically it was nice. But I wished they casted somebody else other than Blake Lively, who is, I think, in her late 30s, when in the book she's like early 20s. I don't know, it didn't feel right, but it was still good. So I want to try to read Verity, which I heard is a really good book. I liked It Ends With Us. It was pretty good. Although I no longer support Colleen Hoover, so this will be my last Colleen Hoover book I'll ever read. But yeah, Verity. And then this is the second book on the Twisted series. I read Twisted Love last semester and it was really, really good, and I got through that book really fast, so I'm actually extremely excited to read Twisted Games. Let's see. Stoic, Broody, and Arrogant. Elliot, Bodyguards. Rise Larson has 2 rules. Protect his clients at all costs. Do not become emotionally involved ever. So I think this is going to be really exciting, actually. He can't have her, but he's taking her anyway. Like, ah! And then, what other book to read than The Love Hypothesis for the back to school season? And I'm a STEM major, so this one's gonna hit really close. As a third-year PH candidate, Olive Smith doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships, but her best friend does, and that's what got her into this situation. Convincing Anne that Olive is dating and well on her way to happily ever after was always going to take more than hand-wavy Jedi mind tricks. Scientists require proof, so like any self-respecting biologist, Olive panics and kisses the first man she sees. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. Alrighty guys, that's all I have for today's video. I know it's a little bit short, but I got a lot of things to do, you know, back to school season. I'll catch you guys next week with an exciting video. Bye guys!